Let's turn to the allegations facing Gregg Wallace. They continue to dominate the front pages this morning. It's revealed that the BBC had previously been warned 4 times about his behaviour. Lucie is back with me. Now, he clearly, Lucie thinks, judging by what he's put online, that he's done absolutely nothing wrong.
Yep.
And because he was allowed to continue, we understand, with that sort of behaviour, he's not going to change, is he? He's not going to change. If nobody says, oi,
it doesn't seem like it, and I think that's the thing that everyone's talking about. As you said, it's been dominating the front pages of the newspaper the whole weekend. Everyone has been talking about it, but it's now around the questions to the BBC and why they didn't seem to do anything about it. Because there's been emails that have emerged, loads of complaints that have emerged since back in 2017 about, sexually inappropriate comments and behaviour. He's now stepped down from MasterChef, as you know. But these are claims from 13 women that span across 2 decades of different shows that he's done. Kirsty Walk, there's a lot of people, a lot of really, intellectual women who've kind of come out and spoken.
Yeah, and strong women who clearly, what seems to be coming across is that these women felt that they couldn't really say anything at the time, and then they talked about it afterwards.
Yeah.
And there's been some suggestions that it was actually quite an intimidating place to be. And as I always say, you know this, I always say it comes from the person at the top, it comes from the editor, the producers, the person who's actually presenting the show. That atmosphere comes from them, and it's not on.
No.
I know there's a lot of people saying, oh, well, you can't say anything these days. Well, you actually can. You can say things, but if they're not appropriate, you shouldn't.
And also, if people have complained, then something needs to be done about it.
I know.
And I think, so Kirsty Walk, she was a contestant back in 2011.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She said that when she was on the show, there was lots of sexualised jokes coming from Gregg. She felt uncomfortable. She raised it to the production company and complained. Asma Mir, another broadcaster, complained back in 2017. So Rod Stewart, as you know... I mean, yeah.
Oh, Rod Stewart was fuming, wasn't he?
And he's come out and said that his wife was really humiliated. So Penny was on MasterChef in 2021. Ulrika Johnson was on the show in 2017. Gosh. She said there was a female contestant who he really upset, causing another contestant to storm off, and then complaints were made.
Right.
But yesterday, and we've been showing this, so yesterday, Gregg responded on Instagram.
I've been doing MasterChef for 20 years. And apparently now, I'm reading in the paper, there's been 13 complaints in that time. Now, in the newspaper, I can see the complaints coming from a handful of middle-class women of a certain age just from Celebrity MasterChef. This isn't right.
Just, sometimes just don't. Just have a dignified silence and collect yourself. I mean, I am quite astounded that he made that statement.
Well, nobody was
saying... Is nobody advising him?
No.
Is nobody saying, shut up, just be quiet right now and let's see what happens?
Really,
I mean, no, not at all. I'll tell you what his lawyer has said. It is entirely false that he, Gregg, engages in behaviour of a sexually harassing nature. That's what the lawyer said. The BBC have said it would be wrong to report the BBC has done nothing if or when matters have been raised with us, not least because it is already being widely reported there were interventions in both 2017 and 2018 where action was taken. And we go on. Banji UK, they're the company who actually make the show MasterChef. They said, well, these are historical allegations, incidences brought to our attention where expectations are not met, are thoroughly investigated and addressed appropriately, is what they're all saying.
Yeah.
So they're all saying the right things, but let's just wait and see if there's any more.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder why people, if things have been investigated properly, why people are still coming out now. So Kirsty Allsop said that she did a pilot with Gregg Wallace, and she said there was some really unprofessional comments that he made. I think he started to talk about, sex act that him and his partner used to do it every morning, and she just felt really embarrassed and uncomfortable. And she's come out, as has Emma Kennedy, saying that the comments he made on social media about, middle-aged, middle-class women is really unacceptable.
Oh, it's terrible to see that. And it's not true.
It's not a class thing, is it?
No, it's not a class thing at all. Don't play that card. No. Just don't play that card. And if you make people feel uncomfortable, it's not 1972. I do understand that a lot of people might say, oh, it wasn't that bad, really. Well, it was, and it was a lot. You know, it wasn't just one person, because you get personality clashes, of course you do. But there's a lot of people coming out and saying, actually, I felt really uncomfortable, but I didn't want to say anything. And that's not good.
No,
that's
I mean, it's going to rumble on, as you can imagine.
It certainly is, it certainly is.
Did you enjoy that video? There are tons of other entertaining showbiz clips waiting for you on our channel. Don't miss this one.